Majesty's Secret Service, ladies and gentlemen, and all of our friends outside the gender binary. It is sometime in the 3 o'clock hour here on KGLT, KGLZ, and KGLT.net, and that means it's time for the coffee show. Purveyors of fine humor and music since 1992, featuring me, Messer Suta, and my friend, Messer Glynn. Good afternoon. Pip pip cheerio, Randy.
And to you, my good sir. I once ate finger sandwiches off Her Majesty's Secret Tea Service. It's pretty good. They were okay. I didn't want to say anything. It's a little heavy on the watercress, but that's okay.
Oh, wow. I can't believe you told me the secret outright.
That's not the secret. It's the secret. So she's got the table that they roll out with the sandwiches. Underneath the tablecloth is Her Majesty's Secret Tea Service, which has the better sandwiches and stronger tea. You have to know the secret knock.
Tastier scones.
Actual lady fingers.
Gross. I'm so glad I'm not a part of the
gross.
British upper class. Randy, I'm finally back from the United Kingdom, England, the England part of the United Kingdom, to be precise. I spent some time in London. Then they kept me there by continually canceling my airplane, so we couldn't record a show last week. I'm very sorry, listeners at home, and I'm marginally sorry, Randy.
Oh, that's okay, Keith. I should apologize, if anything, because I kept causing delays to your planes such that you couldn't get home, just because I was too lazy to record a show.
I hate that you had to resort to sabotage of my airplane in order to keep me there, but it's fine. I just ate some more scones, and I walked around and inhaled some more smog, and I blew a kiss to some more chimney sweeps, and I just spent some time infinitely missing our fantastic program underwriter Ghost Town Coffee Roasters, featuring locally roasted specialty coffee equipment, barista training, and fresh food to go.
Brown juice that tastes like a shoe, barista training, and that's lucky too.
I like that you came up with that just during the read. Kudos.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Mary Poppins' parody song is where my brain is at most of the time.
Today I'm a DJ, and as you can see, a DJ is useless in the highest degree.
I would have gone to KGLT, but that's you do you.
Because he has no paid work, and he lives with mommy. Sorry. KGLT would have been a much cleverer rhyme and made me seem cooler, but I can't do that.
Nothing cool like making old Disney song rhymes. Nothing cool.
Well, it's
like that.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious coffee show, and we've got an hour of music and fun and all new japes and jests here to keep you busy. Randy, what is your favorite Shakespeare play?
Oh, my favorite Shakespeare play is probably Hamlet. I know it's a boring pick, but it's a classic for a reason.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like a good tale of revenge and family treachery?
I just like anything about the Danish.
Sure.
The Danes.
One of the more delicious pastries.
Hamlet filled with cheese. People don't know that.
His spite is as packed as the tin of butter cookies. Is not a tin full of sewing supplies equally as useful? It doth not taste as sweet.
The Best with their new single, Watching the Credits. We started the coffee show this week with the Prettiets and their song 18-Wheeler, and you heard another brand new song from the band Who Is She? The song's called Thursday, and their new album is called Goddess Energy. Who Is She is a supergroup made up of lead members of bands we here on the coffee show love, like Lisa Prank, Taco Cat, and Chastity Belt.
They have a term for a band made up of, it's like taken from a bunch of bands and, it's all the hot members of those bands.
Yeah.
In one new supergroup. But there's no term for a band that you take away members and make it lesser. It's like a subset of that band. There's no term for that, is there?
Well, is it like would it be a concentrate, like a super concentrated group as we lose more and more members, like Sparks, that started out as a 5-piece and eventually just became a duo of brothers?
I mean, you don't want to turn it into an insult. I mean, a supergroup is kind of an insult to the left behind members of the other bands.
Well, also, is there a term for a group of sort of middling members of other bands? Is there it's like a meh group? It's not so super.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But there should be a term for it.
Yeah.
It reminds me more of like slices, like at Program Underwriter, Columbo's Pizza and Pasta.
Now, you can't hide behind your gratitude to our fantastic program underwriter. You are going to have to explain how that's like slices.
It's like slices. You take two of the slices of the pizza, and that's the new lesser band. You just have two of the 8 members that you're enjoying. You're not going to probably eat the whole pizza. Let's be honest. That's 8 slices of pretty large pizza. You're probably not going to finish that. You might regret it if you do. It just in terms of overall volume of food, right? So just take the 2 slices that look best to you. And that's your subgroup of band.
Well, the 2 that look best, that would probably make a supergroup. I mean, when you're talking the Traveling Wilburys, you've got a slice with...
But you're not combining it with slices from other pizzas. That's a supergroup, right? So this is all from one pizza.
Oh, so like Joy Division to New Order. I get you.
Right. There you go. Sure.
Is there a thing for like, oh, I pulled some slices off of other pizzas and this one's only got like 1 mushroom slice on it and this one over here has only like 1 or 2 pieces of pineapple and no Canadian bacon? And like, is there the term for the very inferior not-so-supergroup?
It's like when the Bare Naked Ladies asked Steve Page to leave the band, and then they kind of reorganized the pizza to look like a full pizza still. They just kind of slid the pieces out a little bit to make it look like a complete pizza still. It's like that.
It's like that time I left the show and nobody noticed.
Yeah, I still did a show last week, even though you weren't here to record. I still did my part of the show. I'm not slacking. I was just waiting for some, member of another show to come and record with me, and we'd be like a super show.
Yeah, he's just waiting for Roman Mars to come along and like make another new show that's the 99% Invisible Coffee Show.
Well, yeah, I didn't record it. I just did the show. I kind of
sat at your kitchen table and made up a Fib
I was
Smith.
On the public bus at the time, and I just went through my dialogue as I normally would.
I think I might have sat on a bus in London with a person channeling you. I thought at first he was just a person suffering some type of...
That's the guy that I should be recording with.
I don't know if I can find him again, but I'll go to Piccadilly Station and I'll see if I can track him down.
I appreciate it. Just ask for the guy who was talking to himself on public transit. You'll probably find him in no time, or any number of suitable replacements.
A song I absolutely love, Don't Leave Me on the Earth by La Luz. Before that, you heard a live version from the Peel Sessions in 1993 for the song Nitrous Burnout by one of our favorite bands, Man or Astro Man. Before that, Thunderbird by They Might Be Giants. We started that batch of tunes with a new song from the Eels. Not very new, but I just finally got the record. Their newest album is called Extreme Witchcraft, and you heard the song Grandfather Clock Strikes 12.
Surf gets its own type of guitar music. What other sports or, outdoor activities can you think of that got their own dedicated form of music to accompany it?
Skate punk.
Kind of. I mean, they coexist. It's things that are associated with it, but it's like, surf guitar is like, you hear it and you're like, oh, this is a surf guitar song.
That's a surf guitar song. Well, there's Hi-Li bongos.
Fly fishing, slide whistle, obviously.
Yes, associated forever together.
Every time I see somebody fly fishing, I hear it automatically in my head.
Yeah, thanks to, much like when you're canoeing, you think of dueling banjos from Deliverance. Whenever you see people fly fishing, you think of the slide whistle from A River Runs Through It.
Shadow casting will never be the same. Reads my tattoo that I got at Program Underwriter Bozeman Tattoo Alley.
So Randy, I was recently in London, England, renowned for its failure to be good at cuisine.
And how did that pan out for you?
The rumors of England not being good at food are only true if you're trying to eat English food.
So I assume you went to the England-based Pizza Hut, and you can tell me all the differences between their Pizza Hut style and our Pizza Hut style.
I did see an English Pizza Hut. There is a chain in London called Pizza Express. I saw nearly 20 of them in my travels throughout the city in different places.
Who has time to wait around for pizza? It makes sense.
This is clearly like a UK pizza chain. I saw a glass display case in Camden Town showing their wares, and I kid you not, it was the worst looking pizza I have ever seen. You once ate a pizza in Canada that you said the cheese looked like mayonnaise had been splotched across the top.
I'm convinced that on top of that, there was a thick layer of mayonnaise prior to cooking. It was disgusting.
That is what this pizza looked like. Uniformly, every single one of them looked like not so much cheese atop as oily, disgusting egg-based glop across them. And each slice had one or two toppings, like a child's drawing of a pizza, like a pizza drawing I would have made, in third grade, where there's like one pepperoni.
I'll put one mushroom on there. I'm not going to draw out each individual mushroom. It doesn't matter.
One almost fleur-de-lis mushroom slice. That is like my capability. That is what these pizzas looked like.
Listen, though, Pizza Express, it's in the name. Like, you don't want it good, you want it fast. The pizzas have to fly through that oven at top speed. If a pizza isn't properly oiled down before it goes in the machine, there's no way there's not going to be a backup, a jam. The pizza is going to be trying to fly through there, and it's just going to cause an explosion. You can't take that risk. You want to go to Delicious Pizza, Keith. That's where they take their time. They have their no mayonnaise promise.
Yeah, I went to Pizza Considerate Moderate Speed, and it was much better.
I had pictured the British style pizza as the crust was stuffed with unseasoned potato. The cheese they don't really have cheese, so it's just they kind of make do with the other ingredients.
Here's the trick. You've got to know that when they say, do you want tea? You have to say no, because if you say yes, they will dump an entire pot of tea over your pizza.
What's good? You can wring out the slice into your mouth and you can sort of sluice it into your mouth with the pizza cutter. Keeps the tea hot. I don't know what you're complaining about.
I believe when you do that, it's called the Queen's Slice.
One lump of Parmesan or two, Keith.
I wish we still had Columbo's as an available underwriter after that. The trick, as many people have said glibly, that I will say less glibly, to eating good food in London is don't eat English food. Instead, you should avail yourself of the vast amounts of amazing Asian restaurants they have, particularly Indian, Pakistani food. I ate a glorious meal at a Sri Lankan restaurant.
You need not drag yourself all the way over to a different continent in order to enjoy delicious Asian food, Keith. And proving that point, of course, is program underwriter Whistle Pig Korean.
I didn't see a single Korean restaurant in my time there. Maybe they have a good one, but considering that their pizza is the pizza equivalent of a belly flop from 35 feet, I would say that I would wait and just go to Whistle Pig Korean.
Pizza looks like it's just covered in the McRib before it gets barbecue sauced. Is that what this topping is? I don't want that.
Pizza looks like herring, but it tastes like blood sausage. I don't know what this is.
Oh, that's a herring-based blood sausage, sir.
Wow, rationing never ended here in this town, did it?
Takes a lot of herring to make a single blood sausage, but we've done it.
We bled a lot of herring to make this sausage, so you better like it.
We've spent decades and many, many generations breeding these herring to be anemic for your gustatorial pleasure, sir. Please enjoy. I will be as far away as possible while you eat this.
Go Into the Party by the Allergies, featuring lyrics Born on the lead vocal from their album Promised Land that came out last year. Before that, you heard Potty Mouth by Ugly Duckling, and we started that batch of hips and or hops with DJ Format featuring Canadian MC Abdominal on the song I'm Good, which I had to edit a lot, so I played the song Potty Mouth after that. That's how that worked out.
It's a good reminder to play that song.
And also not to swear on the radio, kids. I don't know if that matters anymore, because like most people are like, you get your music through Dotiful, .biz, LemonWire, and all the other places where you illegally download things. But, I like to still sometimes just play songs on the radio and hope that you're recording them with your Fisher-Price tape recorder.
Cassette recorder? Yeah, the brown one, the big brown one.
Yeah.
I still use that to this day.
Sure you do. That's why everyone stares at you on the bus.
Well, that's not why, but That's definitely why they stare at me at program underwriter Neptune's Brewery.
That is like the whitest version of Radio Raheem from Do the Right Thing. Instead of like a big, handsome dude with the giant boombox, you're this like beardy, middle-aged white guy with a Fisher-Price tape recorder and one speaker up on your shoulder.
Yeah, that's the same way I got my girlfriend. I just did the say anything with that, but I could do it one-armed instead of having to hold it up with two. Take that, Cusack.
Superior to Cusack, yeah. You got that free arm. You can give her a hug. It's nice.
Granted, she couldn't hear the music at maximum volume at the distance she was sitting, but eventually she noticed out the window, what's going on out here?
She shouted out the window, is that Peter Gabriel taped off of the radio?
It is. That song Steam.
Well, at least you didn't play her Shock the Monkey.
No, she can play that herself. She has that album.
That's a good record. So, that's a good record.
Peter Gabriel's amazing.
Peter Gabriel's
we don't really
great.
play him on the show, but
we don't.
He's a great musician.
Yeah. Well, I don't play him, Randy. He's famous, he's old, and he's British. And if there's one thing I've had enough of in this last week, it is old British people.
He's he's got all of the key attributes for somebody that you would do an impression of at like stand-up comedy, you'd think.
Like Americans drive like this, Peter Gabriel drives like this. Oh, I want to be your sledgehammer. Oh, it's me, Peter Gabriel.
That's great, Keith. Save it for your set at Last Best Comedy. Tell the people at home about it.
Well, of course I'm saving it for my set at program underwriter Last Best Comedy, Montana's Comedy Club. I think we are none of those things.
We're not last, and we're not best. That's for sure.
Are we comedy? Second to last, okay, comedy, the coffee show.
Third worst frivolity.
That is what the king, the new king of England, said when he heard our show when I was over there. I played him a snippet of the coffee show World of Content, available wherever you find podcasts and on YouTube. Ooh. I know I haven't updated it recently, and the king also was very upset at me for that. I don't mean the king of England, by the way. I mean, it was just, it was the Burger King.
They have the people who dress up like celebrities and ask for money on the street, kind of panhandling in costume, I call that. The guy who is Elvis in England, you know, you had him sign in to his YouTube account and give us the old hitchhiker button on the YouTube.
Like in Hollywood, in Los Angeles, or Times Square, where people are in like superhero outfits or Elmo.
Yeah.
In England, I was in Leicester Square, and it was people dressed up like the King of England, Mr. Bean.
Yeah, Emma Peel.
Appeal from the Avengers, that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
I would have definitely taken pictures of someone that. Tom Baker, the fourth Doctor Who, and for very weird reasons, Adele. Adele was just there.
Actual Adele.
Yeah, actual Adele, just
taking
knocking it out.
People.
Yeah. She was singing
cool.
up a storm for coins in a hat. I threw a few shillings in. She's great.
Okay, I believed you right up until you said that. I've never seen Adele wear a hat.
No, it's on the ground, so to collect the shillings.
Sure, but you take it off to put it out. You have to wear the hat. Yeah, you must. You don't just have a hat to keep your money in. Do you think a guitarist carries around a guitar case full of money and they just carry the guitar separately with them? That's not how it works, Keith.
Listen, this is Adele we're talking about here. She shows up, 20 minutes before she has to sing in the park for coinage, but her people have already set up a microphone, PA system, backing band, and laid out a newsboy hat for people to throw shillings into. She doesn't do that herself. She's too big a star.
When a celebrity does that, do they need like a giant hat? Like they have a hat that's the size of a Volkswagen Bug, and they just put that out because they expect they're going to do much better than your average,
I thought you were going to ask me if people throw bigger money at them. No, money is always the same size.
Not novelty coins, no. They set up a hat with a phone in it that has Cash App on there, and you just transfer money directly to the hat.
You joke, but people do that. When I saw Doreen Ketchens in New Orleans, I tipped her via...
They don't put it in a hat, do they? It's not in a hat specific.
I tipped... I put my phone into my hat and then used Venmo to pay her some money.
I just tipped my hat and kept going.
And that Adele wrote another sad song about it.
That song is called Hat Low because of the depressingly small amount of coins filling the hat.
If I knew any other songs by Adele, I would have made up another joke, but I don't. Hat Low from Too Many Coins?
It's not hello, it's chapeau.
In any case, Randy, I'm so glad to be back here in the country with no royals. Nothing reminds me more that I'm American than seeing a big dumb palace and a lot of people who hereditarily inherit power.
Well, welcome back. I'm sorry you're back to that system.
Oh, drat. Well, we're only so far close. In the meantime, I will throw this tea-covered pizza into the harbor, and I will say that we will be back next week with more music and fun when I say that he's Randy.
And he's Keith.
Snappy catchphrase. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of The Coffee Show World of Content. We want to say a very quick thanks to our good friend Jake Monin for our theme song, and let you know that all the incidental music in between is from our friends in the band The Ornery Jacks. Thank you so much to them for writing such great music. You can find all of their tunes and more on the internet. You know how to do that, but we've provided some links in the text description as well for you.
Yes, and I like subscribe notification.
I rang bell and left review and comment.
You sound like the Hunchback.
Well, this is my sanctuary, and also I have a constant ringing in my ears, so fair enough.